we mentioned, the Supreme Court is hearing cases today that could undermine if same-sex marriage becomes the law of the land.
6 children who were raised by same-sex couples have filed briefs stating their opposition to redefining marriage. Heather Broderick and Katie Faust filed a friend of the court brief saying they were harmed because they were not raised by a father and a mother. They wrote, "While we love and cherish our mothers, we feel it's imperative we bring to the court's attention the impact that redefining marriage will have on children like us. We oppose gay marriage on the grounds it violates children's rights and cannot provide children with the most foundational building blocks for child development, a mother and a father living with them and loving them."
And CBN's Mark Martin recently spoke with Brandy Walton, the adult daughter of a same-sex couple. She wrote about her experience in thefederalist.com, and she's speaking out against gay marriage, saying she knows from experience that it's not good for children.
My family, my mother and my father divorced whenever I was a year old, and my mother claims that she knew since she was a young girl that she was a lesbian and she couldn't live a lie anymore, and decided that it was time to start living her life the way that she felt was right, and began living the homosexual lifestyle. I'm very close to my mom. I love my mom very much. We talk on a daily basis. She's a wonderful grandmother, and she was a good mom to me. The reason that I'm coming out now and writing this letter to the Federalist and becoming more public about it is because there were certain ramifications from growing up the way that I did that I feel the general public need to be made aware of, because this is a society issue, not just a personal issue for me or other children that were raised like myself. Families are the basic building block of our society.
What would you say to the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community about their demands to be accepted?
There's a difference in acceptance and tolerance. And what my mother taught me as a child is that no one should be forced to accept anyone else. The greatest lesson my mother ever taught me was that she never forced anyone to accept her for being a lesbian. She appreciates tolerance. She would, simply try to get to know someone on a personal level. My mother never forced her lifestyle onto anyone. She never threw it in their face. In the Federalist, I talk about I never carried a flag in a gay pride parade. I wasn't taken to those things. My mother lived a quiet lifestyle, and it's not that she hid who she was, because she didn't hide who she was. She just never felt that it was appropriate to make anyone accept her for that. And so I would just encourage them to not demand it.
Brandy, we told folks on our Facebook page that we were going to talk with you, and they gave us a few questions to ask you. Cheryl Cairns asks, did not having a father in your life cause you pain or make you feel like something important was missing? Did you long for a daddy?
I absolutely did. I did. In my piece of the Federalist, I talk about how I spent a lot of time at friends' homes. And as a matter of fact, I'm in the home right now of a friend of mine that I grew up with. And I like to call her parents my heterosexual parents, because her mom and dad played a huge part in my life while I was growing up and let me see, what it was like to live in a home where a mother and a father parented a child. And I, loved to be there. And it had effects. This is whenever I was a little girl, anytime an airplane flew over, I would wave at it because I thought maybe he was in it. And, if I waved at it, maybe he would see me. And I know that sounds silly, but as a 5- and 6-year-old, those are the things that you think about. You wonder where they are and what's going on. And if they think about you, if they miss you, if they want to be in your life. And those questions plagued me until I was an adult.
Paula Stover asks, we hear having homosexual parents raising children and saving them from the foster care system is better than the previous situation. How do you answer statements like that? I mean, is having 2 homosexual parents better, do you think, than being moved around in the foster care system or in a household where domestic violence and drug abuse and neglect are part of a child's normal life?
I'm going to be perfectly honest here. Paula's question is a question that I have asked myself for years. And the honest truth is that I can't answer it. I was raised in a situation and I know what it's like. And a child that's raised in a domestic violence situation or a foster care situation knows what it's like.
And then our final question, Nina Niedenfuer asks, do you feel that 2 parents of the same sex can give a child what he or she needs to grow up in a healthy way, holding an accurate view of God?
Oh, that is a really tough one, Nina. Holding an accurate view of God. Well, this is what I'm going to say for me. This is what happened to me. And my grandparents are Southern Baptists, and whenever I would go to visit them, I had the opportunity to attend church with them every Sunday. Now, my mother never spoke down about God or religion, things of that nature. As I got older, got into about the 6th grade, I became very interested in religion and started wanting to go to church. And so she allowed me to go to church. She would drive me to any church I wanted to go to, come back and pick me up. I was very active in youth groups growing up and Sunday church. And so to me, that all depends on where that child's, family comes from, what examples they were given from the Christian community, and what kind of opinion they have of it. And there again, that's why it is so important for us to be good examples to those around us.
All right, Brandy Walton, thank you so much for your time and your insights. We appreciate it.